Well, good morning. This is Monday morning, January the 29th, I believe it is. We have 1 calf and 5 cows to go to auction today. Yeah, so we're backed up here getting ready to load them up. Here's the calf that we have to go to auction. It's a little red and white lineback calf. I say little, it's probably about a 100-pounder. Yeah, calves are really selling like crazy here in our area. We're getting about $4 a pound for these dairy breed calves if they're over 90 pound and look nice. They say that beef cross, like Angus or beef cross calves, are bringing $6 and $7 a pound. Seems kind of crazy, but this whole beef market has really taken off in the last year or two, and here in our area in the US for sure. And so yeah, I guess these bigger calves are all ending up in feedlots to finish out, would be my guess, but I don't know. Even the smaller calves that aren't real big are selling good compared to what they used to sell for. We sell cows for various reasons. Usually most of the cows we sell go for meat. There's one here, this red lineback. She's not bred back. Was a really good cow. She's probably in about her 5th lactation, and yeah, I knew from the vet check, I think we had checked her about 2 months ago, and she was confirmed open then, and then she was in heat here just about 2 weeks ago again. So yeah, she's not milking that great anymore. So yeah, it's one reason you have to sell them every now and then. And here's a black Jersey cross. Her udder's not in the greatest shape anymore. They always milked well. She milked tremendously well. She's actually about ready to be dried off. She had got bred back, and so yeah, we decided not to try to get another lactation out of her. So she's about 5 years old, I think, so she would be in her 4th lactation. Yeah. Then one other one back there, she's not bred back. The bigger, taller lineback, that spotted lineback you can see, she also needs a shot of oxytocin to let her milk down. We don't have very many of them, but it seems like we normally have at least 2 or 3 for some reason. And yeah, she's been like that all her life. And yeah, she's not bred back, and she's not that great of a milking cow to start with. And the whiter one there in the middle, she was the first calf heifer that had trouble calving, and yeah, she came around and did okay, but she didn't get bred back either. And yeah, she's not up to production that great. Then there's another one here, that black and white one there. She's a crossbreed too, but she had came down to the parlor here about a month ago and was really limping and hobbling, barely walking on her one back leg. And we put her in the Springer pen so she would be on bedded pack. And I think she dislocated her hip, but she kept getting up and getting around, and she's in really good flesh. I mean, she's like, sir, yeah, she's got good flesh on her, and like, yeah, really filled out good. And so yeah, she's still limping pretty bad, but she's getting around good enough. We're gonna send her to auction, and so hopefully she'll do okay. Yeah, she's always has gotten up and down. We never, even right at the beginning, she wouldn't use that one leg for a long time, but she'd still get up and hobble around on 3 legs. But now she's using all 4, even though she's limping pretty bad on the one. And this morning we went to bring her over here in the catch pen where we load them out of. She was jumping around and carrying on, so I said, well, she must be doing pretty good. So yeah, we have 5 to go today. We kind of call cows as we need to, and have other heifers coming in. And like I said before, there's various reasons you have to get rid of them, but that's why we have to get rid of these 5. Have several things on the go here this afternoon. You can hear our milker in the background running our vacuum pump. It's doing a pre-rinse before milking here. We have a variable speed vacuum pump, but whenever it runs on the wash cycle, they run wide open. Yeah, we got quite a few things happening here this afternoon. We got to bed the free stalls, and got a little repair we need to do on the one silo unloader. And we got to we have 2 manure pits here that we store our liquid manure in. And this one, our original pit here, it holds about 360,000 gallon. It's about 60 spreader loads. And then the big one we have up there, it holds around 850,000. So when this smaller one gets full, we agitate a little bit and pump it up into the big one. So I think we're planning to put that pump in this afternoon. It's just about getting full. There you can see it here. Yeah, this original pit was an earthen pit at one day, years ago when we first dug it, probably pushing close 30 years ago now. But then probably about 20 years ago, we made it a lot bigger, and 2 walls we poured concrete walls, and the rest of the walls we just shotcreted. So it is a totally got concrete. But then our other big pit, it's just a poured concrete circular pit, like a round pit. I think it's 90 feet across and 16 feet deep. So yeah, we'll try to get some video here and see what all happens here the rest of the day and go from there. This last load of sawdust we got for bedding in our free stalls, the guy asked me if I wanted any gypsum, they call it, mixed in with it. And so we tried a load of it. Yeah, we've been using it about a week. So far we really like it. It's basically ground up drywall. Yeah, so it has a little bit of paper in it, and yeah, some other pieces then of the inside part of the drywall. Yeah, I'll show you a little picture of it or video of it here once I get the stalls done. But it keeps the stalls a little drier and a little cleaner. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it absorbs a little better or what it does, but I guess we'll see how it does with somatic cell count and everything like that, as long as that stays good. And we don't usually have much trouble with somatic cell count or having high somatic cell counts in the winter. In the summer we can struggle sometimes keeping it as low as we'd like to see it, but here in the winter we usually can do pretty well. Here's what the free stalls look like with this gypsum mixed in with the sawdust. We had been mixing ag lime in with for quite a while, and I like that, and I'm not saying we're not going to do that anymore. But yeah, when he offered to try mixing a little bit of this in instead, yeah, we decided to try it. And like I said, so far we like it. It's got, you can see a little bit of shredded paper in there. Yeah, there's also bits and pieces of this inside of the drywall. Most of that's ground up fairly fine. I mean, there's a bigger piece there, but yeah, a lot of it's, you can see the little whiter chunks, that's the gypsum in there. It's probably, we use a kiln dried sawdust to try to not have, green sawdust has bacteria in it, or has the potential to have bacteria in it and can grow bacteria. With the kiln drying, it don't. And yeah, so that's why we use kiln dried sawdust. And mix a little bit of this in, it kind of helps keep it drier and helps keep the pH a little better regulated. And scrapers are here at this end, just getting ready to start back down through. I didn't get it when it was flipping down, but there you can see that edge wing piece clear at the end, slowly working its way out. Yeah, though it's down about 2 or 3 feet, it's clear out against the curb. And we come up through, whenever we pen the cows up and work any manure or wet spots off the beds, the freestall beds, and then here at this end we often will take that shovel and work the manure down a little bit to keep it from getting too built up and dirty here at the ends. Yesterday on Sunday we had a whole bunch of rain. Well, it got warm there the end of last week. It was clear up in the mid 60s. The weekend before is when we had that snowstorm, and then it got really cold. We had like 0 Fahrenheit last Monday morning, like a week ago this morning. And then we had the warm weather there toward the end of the week, got up in, I think it was 65 or 68 Fahrenheit. But then Saturday night into Sunday, we had a whole bunch of rain. I think we had like 1 inch and 2 or 3 tenths. It's probably in the mid 40s, and our snow is all gone. Yeah, it's about like a spring thaw here in the end of January, and this winter's been really wet so far. We have a stream over there across the road here on our property that starts by a spring just right up here by the crossroads near our farm, and it hadn't ran since January of 2022. So I'm sorry, it hasn't ran since May of 2022. And last winter we didn't have hardly any snow, and kind of a dry winter and dry spring, and we had enough rain to make decent crops. But anyway, it started running here probably 2-3 weeks ago. We had a couple good rains. We had a bunch of rain there in December, but it never started running until here in January, about 2-3 weeks ago. And man, now it's running full blast. We have a small pond with a dam here across the road. I'll maybe try to get a little video of that, or my wife might have done that too. But yeah, it's always neat when that stream's running. So hopefully it'll keep running here through the spring, and it'll often run 4 to 8 months out of the year. Sometimes, it very rarely does it run all year. It has before, but that's kind of rare. But it is very rare to not run at all for it's been about 20 months, I guess. Yeah, that's very, very rare. But pond that we have over here across the road from our house and barn, our farm buildings, it's nothing real big. It's probably about 5 feet deep in the middle. Just kind of a neat little thing. We had actually just dug this out with our high lift. It's probably 6-8 years ago. One summer the stream was dry. There was always a little bit of an indentation here, but we made it about twice the size. It's bigger, yeah, way bigger than it was, and way deeper. And then we put a dam here. We poured a dam and put some little landscaping blocks we had left over from another project. And so yeah, it's nothing real big, but it's kind of neat. And down here, probably 10 years ago, the stream bed was getting all filled in and wasn't very nice, so we went down through here and cleaned it all out good, and then we built a little bridge. I'll go show you that over here. Built a little bridge across it that we can walk across or drive the four-wheelers or gator across. It ain't heavy duty enough to drive any tractor, but it ain't big enough or heavy enough to drive a tractor across it. Which we don't really need to. But yeah, made this little bridge across it. There's a culvert pipe that comes in here from across the road. The water runs in from over there. Yeah, it's just maybe, I don't know, 60 or 80 feet off the road here, across the road from our house.